Scuttlebutt 64 Behind Enemy Lines, developed by Carl Hornell, is a C64 port of a ZX Spectrum game called Scuttlebutt, which itself is basically a modern-day take of the classic Game & Watch game Oil Panic, set out in a tasteless toilet theme. The basic premise behind Scuttlebutt 64 is that giant posteriors have invaded the Earth with the intent to cover the whole world in poo, and it is up to you to stop them by any means necessary. Scuttlebutt 64 builds upon the original ZX Spectrum game and delivers an overall superior presentation and gameplay, while at the same time amping up the level of crudeness. The game features large, colourful and well-defined graphics that simply look gorgeous across the 30 levels on offer. Scuttlebutt 64 takes place across 3 different locations, starting off in the living room, before moving on to the Paris Louvre Museum, and then finishing up in Donald Trump's presidential Oval Office. Each location features 4 different subgame types, and in my attempt to describe them all, I'm going to have to apologise beforehand for some of my descriptions. The first subgame is the original game type, where a big hairy butt is dropping poo and you have the task of collecting them and dumping the contents into a nearby toilet. Trying to balance the focus between collecting and dumping without any excrement falling on the floor is the key task here. The second subgame is a shooting game, where the hairy butt is now blowing out fumes down in your direction, and your task is to fire back at the posterior while avoiding the toxic gas. The third subgame involves eliminating flying poos before they come into contact with your floating fan, thus avoiding the you-know-what hitting the fan. The final subgame also includes a shooting element where you have a big butt that appears to have eaten at a Bangkok restaurant recently and is exhibiting the runs. Your job is to shoot all the little butts before the brown fluid rises to the level where it chokes your player. It is easy to think that the only thing that Scuttlebutt 64 has going for it is its crude theme. There is no doubt that this will turn many people off this game from the start. But if you look past this gimmick, you will find a game that hooks you in with its simplicity and challenge, all presented with a high quality, smooth flowing graphics. For those of you who don't mind the overall theme, you should find that some of the humour within the game is quite clever. I was expecting to loathe Scuttlebutt 64 before I started playing it, but it did not take me long to appreciate the overall quality on offer within the game, and I was pretty much hooked from the beginning. Well, this has to be one of the most awkward reviews I've had to put together. To finish off this video, here is an edited long play. Make sure you hang around to check out the endgame screen. Until next time, bye for now.